What makes a child that was raised in family A that shared the same mental or academic powers as the child in family B perform differently? Is it nature, the nature of their intelligent patient, or nurture, the environment in which they are raised? Would agree that even though the nature nurture debate has been ongoing for many, many years, they both play a very key role in the upbringing of a child, and in this case, in raising excellent children. That's why in this episode of the Larry Vines podcast, we'll be talking about parenting style. Parenting styles, creating the right environment to birth excellence in parenting. What are parenting styles? First, we just refer to the broad patterns of behavior that parents adopt in raising their children. These are based on a combination of the demandingness, that's the need to control the children, and the response or the responsiveness of parents, that's the warmth, the love, the care, the nurture that the parents give the children. What are these styles that parents adopt in raising their children? Now, nobody's going to say you must be this to get this result, because like we always say, there is sometimes the need to be eclectic in approach. Pick one or two and blend them, or according to your specific parenting need, or according to what your child needs in the moment. But then there's always that one that kind of stands out, that is better relatively, that kind of gives better results or cuts across board when you want to raise an excellent children. I will talk about them. I hope you are able to identify. If not, we'll definitely share. The first one is authoritarian parenting. Julius comes home from a football match. He's very tired. He's worn out, and he goes to the basement to lie down. And then the father storms and says, "Why did you keep your dirty shoes in the sitting? Everybody is smelling. There's barking orders and everything." What he doesn't understand that is that Julius had been practicing for a long time and he had lost the match. The bet he has on that match was that so he's going to get a present from the student body if he won, or maybe became a key player at the match and everything just went down the drain. That was very parent did not take into account his emotional disposition or what could have made behave the way he was behaving. But then instead of asking why, he went and was yelling down the rain all the authoritative parent, on the other hand, is one who is present, who is active, and who is listening. Between just comes back from his field. Let's say in another room, Julius comes back from the football match, puts his shoes, and parent is curious. How did this happen? Open up on them. He goes, talks to the child more politely, finds out what's going on, and the child explains. And he just sits for the moment and said, like a sounding board, show empathy, and is able to help the child self regulate. And then maybe you should go out the silver lining in that situation. Or just hold space for the child and just be present and listen. The permissive parent is the one who wants to be friends, wants to be the good cop, wants to be loved by the parents. With that parent, everything goes. Julius comes home from the football match. He has lost. He doesn't even care. And then he tells his mom, "Mommy, I want the mom," because he doesn't want to hurt Julius's feeling. Just says, "Okay, you approve of everything," without even vetting, without even taking a stance as a disciplinary stand as a parent. You just approve of everything because you want to be in their good books, or you don't want to go through the rigors of having a clap back from the child and all. Now, the uninvolved parent is one who doesn't really care, never available. You shower your children with presents and take away your presents from them. Always out there floating. Now, I'm not saying don't make any mistakes, but there has to be a place where essentialism comes to play. What is essential for you in that moment of the parenting journey? Is it taking trips or being present with your children? Is it moving your schedule around so you can be present and then have time with the child? Is never involved, doesn't know what's going on with the child. I heard of a child in my kids' school that the envelopes for their reports on the previous term was still found in her backpack the next term. And what that meant was that the parents did not even check. They're not available. No, I'm not being judgy. There could be a million reasons why that happened. But then, for the entire term, you see, we are quick to, yes, I know we want to be excellent in our jobs. I know we want to be the biggest gainer or the one, the biggest closer in our firms. For most of the times, we should pause to ask ourselves at what cost? Are you neglecting family or your loved ones? Have they become residual benefactor? A residual benefactor is that person who gets whatever is left after companies are sold, whatever is left, just be little or nothing, or a lot of us have they become beneficial, residual benefactors in your life of the time, whatever is left, great fun moments that you share with them. Being uninvolved is how some parents adopt them, even the one or two you know already. They have these poor authoritarian, authoritative, permissive, and uninvolved were the most prevalent for a long time. But very recently, I learned about eggshell parenting. Eggshell parenting. Today, you are very, very happy. The next minute, you're erratic. The very next moment, the children cannot even predict you. They don't know what's going on in your space or in your head. They don't have a clue or an insight as to how to behave around you because you can just go haywire at any point. It could be because of stress or you're angry at something or you're not emotionally intelligent. There are many reasons why you could be an eggshell parent or have your children walk on eggshells around you. But then it's not the children's fault that they were born, right? Before you agree to be a parent, you had, I think, maybe checked what the duties or responsibilities of being a parent were, and then you decided as a grown up to take on those responsibilities. So it's not their fault that they were born. So they should not be made to feel uncomfortable or made to walk on eggshells around the deal with whatever is drunk or going on with you can be more present. The final one is helicopter parenting. Always flying past everything. Everything's flying above their head. You don't have a clue as to what's going on. Now, actually create the right environment for your children. How do you create the right environment for your children if you want to raise excellent children? Before we go on, if you're getting value from this video, you have not shared with your friends. Is that a sign of love? Love equals giving, right? Give them something to make their parenting journey better, something to make their lives better. And I believe the Lord and podcast is well such to right? Just go ahead and share, go ahead and like and comment on this video so we can keep bringing you great value from time to time. Thank you very much. Now, creating the right environment simply means creating the environment that is supportive, that is nurturing, that is work oriented, um, that atmosphere that allows the children to communicate freely, that atmosphere that allows them, that gives them the confidence that when they make mistakes, they'll not be scolded or chided, they'll be corrected in love. That atmosphere that gives them the confidence to go out there and dare to do, dare to be great, because they know that mistakes are that they are trying, not a sign that they are dumb or they are of no good. What are the characteristics of such an environment? The first one is constructive dialogues. Constructive dialogues. Now, note very closely the keyword constructive. It is not just enough to have dialogues. Are they constructive? The child has made a mistake. Are your criticisms constructive? Are you is communication open between both of you, or you just come and yell orders and back at them and walk away? Are they able to take out from every conversation something meaningful? It could be a disciplinary conversation. It could be a nurturing one. It could be a relational one. Is it constructive? And remember, a dialogue is meant to be a two-way street. You see something, they converse with you, and you are able to maybe reach an end game or end point, whatever the purpose of that dialogue is supposed to be. One very, very important characteristic of The right environment is open, sorry, constructive dialogue. The next one is reciprocal regard. I teach my children very often about respect is reciprocal. We don't talk down on them because they are children. We remind them that they are very, 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 very complete human beings. They function very little eyes, 2 ears, and all the body parts we as grown-ups are too. That is to tell them that they have a thinking mind of their own and that we hold them in high esteem. Some people talk to their children that they are like they are less human than they are. That they are younger doesn't make you any better than they are. Just give them the number of years you have and all the experiences you've garnered over time. They may actually be smarter than you are, all right? The environment has to be one of mutual respect so that your child can thrive excellently. The next one is distinct limits. There have to be boundaries, clearly defined boundaries. You cannot expect your child to just out of the blue know that you do not like to be treated a certain way. You don't expect them to know what time of day they should not disturb you. Don't you know I'm working? Did you tell them? Did you share your schedule with them? They know that these particular days yourself get there and they're supposed to be left right by yourself to just marinate in your quietness and do it all alone. If you do not know, they form disturbing me and be shouting at them. See that. So we'll talk about the things in schedule, talk about goal setting before you see that when you communicate your expectations, you set intentions, it reduces the whole bickering thing. You don't have to start shouting at them, don't you know, don't you know? How will I know if you do not tell me? Psychological backing is the next one. They have to create a space where there's emotional support. Typically last night, from nowhere, my daughter comes crying. It's unusual for her. It was concerning. What's going on? She couldn't even place a finger. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? She couldn't. Okay, I pacified her, spoke to her, I told her to go back to bed. The next one is psychological empathy. You have to create an emotional, conducive environment where the figures for us to communicate how they feel. So for us, especially in Nigeria, Africa generally, men are not allowed to express emotions. If you're crying in this journey to be a man, that will have really, like, as a man, does that mean you should be strong? You must put emotions. They say when children are crying, you tell them to shut up. Like if I hear tones in hearing, really, really, you're teaching them to suppress their emotions. You're teaching them that the hearing is not still enough for them to express how they feel, and that certain emotions are bad. Such like kids are not emotion is bad. It is touching really the emotions that are bad. Emotions are meant to go information telling you how you're feeling or what to act upon. All right. So if you never label emotions or you don't allow them to express freely, that's not creating the conducive or right environment to create them to thrive excellently. The next one is opportunities for growth, learning, and development. You have to make the home perspective for them to explore. Let it not just be that it's just a TV set you have connection to DSTV or Netflix. Are there books? Are there board games? Are there resources that can support them to think? Do you even have screen use regulation or they're allowed to be on their screen forever from each waking moment till when they are very sleepy or they are actually pass out on the screen. They sleep a while they're watching. They are there on the screen. You see, they can't always be consuming. There should be an avenue for them to, even if what they are watching at the end of the day is just for their imagination, there should be time for them to put into practice what they are learning. The home should be that place where you have a library for the children. Even they see your library, they start. I remember growing up, I used to see my dad read. I remember personal development book from him at some point. So we need to create a culture. There's reading. Reading is a very, very important skill in the 21st century. I want to teach my children to write to, they already are doing creative writing in school and give it the ability of writing their biographies, or to draft their biographies, or to write their biographies. Writing and reading and thinking are very, very important skills for the 21st century. Is your home optimized enough to spur them into thinking towards a direction of learning, or is it just about consuming the people content people have created online, or just looking about? You should create the right environment to maintain professors' growth, professors' learning, and the fosters personal development or development generally. The next one is positive role modeling. Monkey sees the monkey does is one of our biggest mantras in this podcast. You cannot say don't be rude and your everyday behavior, your resting behavior is rudeness. They will see you. They see you more than they hear you. They are constantly modeling after you. They are going to sometimes talk like you do, walk like you do, want to look like you do. So what are you projecting in front of them? What are you putting in front of your children to make them as part of your plans to raising excellent children? Quality time. This can never be overemphasized how much time are you spending with your children. The attention deficit problems in the society today. I learned this morning. I heard someone say this morning that a lot of parents and people have better or more intimate relationship with their devices than they do with their loved ones. Our children are the very, very direct, the most direct benefactors of that negligence. They are on the phone constantly. Some of us even use our phones when we're driving. It's that bad. The nominal moments we have in between one traffic light and the other are picked up our phones. The greatest addiction of all times right now is political device in the home. I see people crossing the road. I think they're crossing their phones. Pets about every time. You don't even look at the species in front of you. Quality time. It's not in the length of time we spend with the children. It's in the quality of it. What are you doing with the children? And to help me, I know that see, it's very difficult. Like I said, I'm not going to ever sit on a moral high horse and say, you should be doing this. Why are you not doing that? No, no, no. We are in this together. Every single day, I find myself navigating, trying to figure out how to navigate. I'm raising three children excellently. It's not about the length of time. It's about the quality of time, right? Like I've said already. So in order to not make excuses, not give myself room to wiggle out of spending time with them, I have picked a day or each week, every week, like all of them, they move. We actually did a ballot. One of them was fine on Monday, on Monday. And I said, no, it has to be me. It has to be me on Monday. So we wrote out sleeps, we wrote the days of the week that I wanted to make available to them. And then they picked one I wanted Monday. Yay, I got Monday, which I was very happy about. So each person had a certain amount of my time for that day of the week. And then they come up with activities we should do together. Sometimes it's just sitting down and discussing. Once in a while, we go out because it's a school day. Or when it's not time for school, we actually go out and share memory. And now when it's time, yeah, sometimes my phone gets in the way. What I've tried to intentionally do now is to keep my phone away from the room entirely for that and that time to just be present in the moment and absorb all the time. Because the time will come in the nearest future where they'll be maybe go to school or to college or maybe go on with your personal life and they won't be here anymore. I want to still have that connection with them. Let it not be that they are calling me out of obligation or duty, but calling me because I'm a fundamental part of their everyday lives. You could do the same thing too. You must not spend 24 hours of the day for them for it to be quality time. Maybe an hour, maybe 30 minutes, maybe 15 minutes. But make sure that they are your value, right? Intimacy or being present should be part of your values. Family and time with family should be part of their values. Yesterday, I had to shop down my entire day to have Valentine's Day with my friend. And I didn't feel bad about it because to me, being present for my friend is a big deal. And since she wanted me to spend time with her, I had to, because it's important to me. It's one of the values I have there. The values must show who you are. And now learns that your calendar shows what is valuable and important to you. If all you have scheduled Monday to Sunday of each week is work, 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 then of course by just taking a glance at that calendar, you'll know that time with your loved one or friends is or relatives is not part of it. Scheduling time to spend with them is very important if you want to share quality time with them. The next one is wholesome living. You cannot you cannot be present if you are sick. You cannot be there in the moment when your head is aching. We're thinking about a lot of things. You're not physically fit. You don't eat well. You don't rest well. You're not taking care of yourself. You cannot give wholesomely if you are not healthy in yourself. You can only give out of your fairness. Take care of yourself. Yeah, it is very easy to eat junk, take easy drinks, work late nights, and eat all the things that are not good for your body. But at the end of the day, ask yourself, does this habit cast a vote for the parent you want to be? Does this habit cast a vote for the kind of parent you are modeling for your child to become in the future? Because remember, monkey sees monkey does. What you're doing right now can serve as a blueprint for how your children want to either raise their children or not. A lot of people were raised by uh, parents who drink or dads and moms who drink. Yeah. And then maybe their lives were never to be like that parent. Others just were like, well, I saw my dad drinking every day and it was natural for me to pick up the bottle. So what are you modeling? How come modeling? Let's even make it about you because parenting is first about you, right? You're sick, you're tired, you're exhausted, you're worn out, you're not concerned about your mental health, you will not be able to raise children, let alone excellent ones for that matter. So do take care of yourself. It is very, very important. For some healthy living, it's very, very important. It's a very, very important characteristic to consider in building the right environment for raising excellent children. Positive reinforcement. Now let's not just make discipline about hurting. Well, let's not use hurting. Let's not even go that way. Let's not make discipline about just commenting or condemning the child when they do something wrong. Can you reinforce something they are doing right? For a while, I kept bothering my daughters about not tidying up, tidying up their workstation. And then I thought about it. What if I flip it? I think I read from Greg McKeown's book about there's this system that was adopted by the police. The crime rate had increased significantly in the area, and then somebody thought, okay, instead of always bringing them in for crimes they commit, how about we reward them for the good things that we did? You know, kind of like I looked at it and it kind of married with the culture we had in our home. And somebody were always coming to complain and report, Mommy, my this, that, my oh God. It was tiring. And I told them I'm neither a judge nor a cop nor the juror, neither am I an executioner. How about you do it this way? When you see your sister doing a kind act, come and tell me. I'll reward you for seeing her, catching her in the act, and reward her for doing the kind act. So they were now looking for moments of kindness instead of looking for things to come and report. Of course, I taught them negotiation and conflict resolution skills. I taught them how to communicate, all right, how to be assertive, tell the other person how they make you feel. This is how I feel. This is okay. This is who I am. This is how I feel. These are my needs. So we talked about all of that. Of course, I am not a cop, right? So it just changed things around here. They would now see each other doing things. Like, Mommy, I saw this person doing this and that. Do I get a sticker? Of course. And then we convert the stickers to things that they enjoy doing, bad dates or anything at all. When you accumulate a certain number of stickers, you get A, B, C, and D. So if you reward good behavior, you will see more of good behavior. And by extension, the more of good behavior you see, the less of bad ones that come up. But if you keep talking about the negative ones, the law of attraction, it works every single time. You keep seeing more of it because you are attracting it because you are fixating on it. You're thinking about it all the time. So if we can positively reinforce our children, I think it should be a good place for them to be in. They'll strive to do things better. So concerning their workstation, just came up with a plan. Every time I saw it all tidy or prim and proper, I commended them. Wow, this is amazing. And for a long time now, I just walk up to the station and it's put together. But I pray continues like that. Let me not say too much before the guy here and then they say, oh, that she's proud of us. Mess it up. All right. The final one is consistency and stability. There has to be reliability and steadiness. There has to be predictability. They must be able to predict what's going to happen. That does not mean that they are robotic, to kind of forestall that robotic routine thing feeling. You could tag each day differently. On Mondays, it could be activities you do. On Tuesdays, it could be different. Wednesdays could be different. But let them know the time boxing and what to expect next. As when I wake up in the morning, I lay my bed, I say my prayer, I brush my teeth, I get ready for school or dress up for the day, I take breakfast. What helped me begin that routine process from my children was I printed out something, which we agreed on something, made it out, printed that and stuck it behind their door. So each time they ask me, Mommy, what's next? So they won't always have to ask me. So when I'm not around, they won't have to wait for me. I refer them back to that copy behind their doors. When they know what to expect next, it gives them a sense of security. Should anything have to be different, you should walk them through it. You should let them know. A lot about the world is already disorganized. There should be that safe place for them. That place should be home. So no matter how chaotic it gets outside, they know that it's okay to come home, or they know that there's a safe place they can come to and have a sense of routine, a sense of steadiness, a sense of consistency and stability. Your home should be that place. The environment around your home should be that place. But then now, topic in itself. Our discussion today, parenting styles, creating the right environment to birth excellence in parenting, has three different areas of focus. The first we talked about was parenting styles. The next was creating the right environment, and we talked about characteristics of such environment. And then the final part, birthing excellence in parenting. What does that mean? What comes to your mind when you hear that? It's just a metaphorical phrase suggesting that excellence in parenting is not a fixed state. It's a continuous process, an arduous one that comes with a lot of onerous tasks that involves growth, learning, and adaptation. And your routines will not always be the same. Life can get in the way and you need to change. You just have to learn from yesterday or the previous week what you didn't do right that you need to improve upon. Things may just come up. Like it just in this video, a short while ago, I got a mommy emergency because I'm recording with my device alongside the camera. I was not reachable to my kids' school. They had to call their daddy. You see, I didn't see that coming, I had to adapt right in the moment. That's what parenting is about. That's why you must adopt a parenting style that allows you to be calm, to be ready, that gives you that helps you grow continuously, to equip yourself with the skill sets, with the tools that you need to be an excellent parent. Birthing excellence in parenting
implies that you as a parent, you have the potential to birth excellence, to bring forth excellence in yourself first, and in the process or alongside birth excellence in your children too, through intentional and purposeful parenting. So if all these are what you're looking for, being intentional and deliberate, having the right skill set, in my opinion, if you ask me, the authoritative parenting style should be your best pick, because it allows you to be put together, to be present, to garner all the skills you need to be an excellent parent. Because if you're authoritative, you're barking at your children, you're being military in approach, you'll be raising children who are afraid of you, cannot approach you when they make mistakes. If you are uninvolved, of course, you won't know what's going on in your kid's life. If you are adopting the eggshell style, they will definitely work on eggshells around you, because this moment you are okay, the next or more, where are these guys? Many are mad, few are roaming, right? So don't be that person, okay? In conclusion, I'd like to we've done this before, reiterate the fact that parenting is a lot like gardening, right? The garden needs nurturing and care and attention to thrive. Your family environment too has to be like that soil that is purposed to make plants grow well. And if you cultivate positive communication, mutual respect, you provide emotional support, you are present, you are stable, you are reliable, you are by extension creating a fertile ground for your children to thrive. Now, we would end this show with a quote. We do this because sometimes for my kids, for what I've learned from teaching them, sometimes they don't recall everything they learn, but you see that one song, maybe we'll coin the particular, like, okay, for critical thinking, there's this song I made out of it for the steps. Stop, think, what would happen? Is that what I want? That may just be what they remember. So I believe that at the end of every show, when we give you a quote, it may just be that thing you remember that kind of summarizes everything you've learned for you. So when you recall that particular thing, it's like picking up a scent. It takes you back on the emotional journey of when you first smelt it, on whom you smelt it, and helps you unwrap everything. So the quote is meant to do that for you, to help you remember, like trunking the information, so that later you can unbox it and unwrap and have a full lowdown. Of course, we have the recordings here on the show, right? You can always come back and glean from them from time to time, for as long as they continue to serve you. And the quote is by Alexander Den Hager. He says, when a flower doesn't bloom, you fix the environment in which it grows, not the flower. When a flower doesn't bloom, you fix the environment in which the flower grows, not the flower. Might I add that sometimes the need may actually arise when you need to fix the flower in itself. Be sure that you have the skill set, the tools, the resources, the materials, the time to be like a gardener. To bud, to graft, to trim, to layer, and sometimes transplant, because the environment, the soil may not be conducive for your child. Are you equipped enough, present enough? Are you observant enough? Are you involved enough to know when your child needs either budding, grafting, layering, trimming, or a transplant? Thank you so much for spending time with us on today's show. We appreciate you, we celebrate you, we believe in you, we're rooting for you, and we appreciate every second you spend with us on this show. Till we see you again in our next video, stay excellent.